Hello and welcome to PodGis. It's the pod, your favorite pod, with your host, Alval. Hi, welcome to, we're podding and we're gissing. And check it out, episodes are going to be way shorter, okay? So episodes are going to be, instead of an hour and a half long, they are going to be a minute and a half long. So let's get all caught up. Eminem is on Fortnite now. I auditioned for a peanut butter commercial. And I'm probably not going to get it, because I think if they cast a trans person, we all know from experience with Dylan Mulvaney that people are going to shit a brick into their trow and complain that fucking peanut butter's gone woke, and there's going to be just a giant controversy, and nobody wants that smoke, so I'm not going to get that peanut butter commercial. Otherwise, somebody knitted me gloves and gave them to me at a festival, and that's the episode. So thanks a lot for listening. I've been Alval. Have a good time out there. You guys be good to each other. And make sure to like and subscribe. Because that's it. That's it. We're done. Thanks. I'm just kidding. I'm sure in that minute and a half, a transphobe or two watched a bit of it, and then that was just long enough for a transphobe to get the gist of my episodes to, comment something shitty. So, thanks, transphobes. I'll see you later, I guess. Unless you keep watching, then what's the deal, huh? Why are you so obsessed? Anyways, Eminem's a Fortnite character now. That's cool. Who'd have thought? Anyways, I'm cold girl. I'm cold girl all the time. I'm freezing. Obviously, I'm not wearing something that's entirely cozy. It's a bit revealing, a bit off the shoulder. And I know that's not necessarily conducive to being warm in a space like this. Absolutely. But I do it for the likes. I do it for the subscribes. I do it for the views, for the eyeballs. And I just filmed an audition, and I was too lazy to change, and it's late, and I just wanted to do this. I felt compelled. I wanted to do the episode and to get fucking going and to reconnect with you guys, because I got my Spotify year in review or whatever that thing's called, and it motivated me. Because while I still considered this podcast to be part of its humble beginnings phase, I like to think that on Spotify and on Apple Podcasts and here on YouTube, that we're growing. And that's what Spotify told me. It framed everything so positively. It wasn't like, you only have this many listeners. It was like, these are the people that adore you. Look at how much you've grown. And it's true. I did. In 2023, I grew. I grew up. So, onward and upward. I'm excited to be back. I'm excited to be doing this. And, cold be damned. But that's me. I'm cold girl, okay? And don't get it twisted. I love, send me all your mittens and your sweaters. As long as they're cute, I will wear them, because I'm cold all the time. And we are about to enter into Toronto winter, and shit's gonna suck for old cold girl. So spare a thought for cold girl out there, okay? Because she's cold. I can guarantee you that she's shivering in her britches. There's something about estrogen. I was always running hot guy, and now I'm cold girl. So I was always high metabolism, running hot guy. I obnoxiously, in retrospect, never wore a shirt. My roommates would bring their girlfriends over. I never bothered. It was so inconsiderate in retrospect and so showy. But, I was insecure, and I was jacked, and I was always hot. I was always sweltering hot, no matter what room I was in. I had a high metabolism guy. High temp guy to cold girl. the high temp guy to a cold girl pipeline, let me tell you, it's laced with estrogen. So now that I've been taking estrogen for 3 years, almost, my skin has shed 5 layers of dermis, and now I've just got 1 layer of thin dermis to protect my person from the extremities, from, the cold. So I'm cold girl all the time. And I'm wearing these mittens. If you would notice, if you would turn your attention to these mittens, look, there's a really long string. Isn't that cool? And let me tell you, there's a story behind these mittens. So last week, in the span of a mere 20 hours, sunset to sunrise, maybe just a little bit more than that. Anyways, in a very brief time period, I lost 2 pairs of gloves just by, taking them off. This is the worst thing that happened in this city was they started to get reception in the subway. Whereas like before I would just put on music and then sit and reflect and just sit with my thoughts and my music. But now we get underground. We get internet underground. So we get underground. And now I'm on my fucking phone all the time. So when I come in, I sit down, I take off my mittens, and I foolishly will either like set them down beside my leg or something. And so that happened to me twice, where stupid underground made me, distracted me, stupid social media and underground, and then I left my gloves behind. I would walk out and then look down at my hands and then look back at the subway, taking off with my cute little pairs of gloves there. Happened to me twice in a row, just like that. Boom, boom. So I was really pissed at myself, and I was griping about it. I complained about it on Instagram in a story. And then I went home, and then I ordered new gloves because, we are on the precipice of Toronto fucking winter out there, and Cold Girl cannot be unprepared. Winter is coming. Cold Girl Stark, Ava Stark, knows better than anyone that winter is coming. And so I went online and I ordered 2 pairs of gloves, knowing that I was going to lose them in quick succession. And it's always good to have a backup pair that you can be upset about losing after you've lost the first in 20 hours. And forgot about it, right? So I go to, last weekend I was a part of London Comedy Festival in London, Ontario, Canada. My old stomping grounds where I went to university at Western. I always love going there. It's a little homecoming every single time. And I did London Comedy Festival, the first ever, the inaugural London Comedy Festival. Bitch, your girl is doing so many festivals that they are inventing new ones for me to do. I am outpacing the amount of festivals that exist in Canada. So now they're just like, well, what are we going to do? She's done it all. Let's just make more festivals that she could headline. And so I went to London and I did a show. And before the show, this friendly woman comes up to me and she's like, hey, I'm a big fan. I love what you do. And I saw on your Instagram story that you were upset about losing your gloves. And I had already bought tickets to see the show, so I knew I was going to come see you. But then I thought, what a nice thing it would be to knit her a new pair of gloves. And so she knitted these. A fan knitted me these gloves and so thoughtfully just gifted them to me before this show. So I feel like this is, it's a beautiful precedent, but it's kind of a dangerous one. And I'm going to be responsible about it. But I'm not going to lie. I now realized I have unlocked this superpower in which if I complain publicly about losing something, then maybe, just maybe, there's a possibility that someone out there will replace it or produce something for me. That there is a gift waiting for me out there for all the stuff that I've lost. So isn't that wild? Isn't that cool? What a sweet little experience that is. That's pretty neat. Anyways, on an unrelated note, I've lost my PS5. You know what I mean? I lost my car, my Mercedes-Benz, and I lost the insurance for that Mercedes-Benz and all the gas money. So, and I lost, shit. I lost my printer. I definitely need a printer because I lost it. I lost. Go think fast, Alval. Oh shit! Don't think of something quick, or they're gonna suspect something's up. I lost a suitcase. My suitcases, small ones and big ones. Don't look. Don't look over there. Yep, just gonna perch here like this. So, you know, God, I'm so upset. I lost my PS5, my printer, my Mercedes-Benz, and all the car insurance and the gas money on that, and 2 suitcases in a week. Oh, oy vey. You know? So please, there's no call to action after that. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. That is not a call to action. I am not implying anything. Nah, you get it. But yeah, so what a thoughtful thing to do. To, like, gift me mittens and, you know, appropriately to sew a string to combine the two, to connect the two. Because, you know, that's very thoughtful. Childish me cannot have nice things, but this person has ensured that it would be a little bit more difficult to lose these. So there you go. And, oh yeah, and another friend also came to visit that weekend and gifted me a pair of gloves as well. So, everyone, let's hold off on the gloves now. I'm good. I'm covered. I have 4 pairs. I went from 2 to 0 to 4. And let me tell you, what a ride. Woo! What a ride. God, this life, huh? Give you whiplash. One day you got 2 gloves. The next day you got no gloves. The next day you got 4 fucking gloves. Are you kidding? What a life. Life will, you know, life will throw you a curveball sometimes. And you won't be ready for it. No. So, you know, you just gotta take your mittens as you go. There's got to be some kind of a catchphrase I can make up out of this. Some days you got 2 mittens, some days you got none. Some days you got 4. But just be grateful for the thread that connects them all together. And that's all I have to say about that. And that's what I always say. And that's what I always say. Anyways, I lost my PS5. Okay, Eminem is on Fortnite now. Oh, no lie. Eminem is on Fortnite now, don't you know? And whereas maybe a decade ago, I would have presumed that he would have been too cool for that. Or he would have thought that was lame. The same way in the 80s, you would have never suspected that Guns N' Roses would ever sell out to, like, Guitar Hero. Or, you know, Rage Against the Machine especially. To, like, allow their songs on Guitar Hero. But here we are. You know, time and money changes us all. And selling out is such an interesting fucking concept, is it not? Like, we are all sellouts to different degrees. The ones who don't sell out are remain unknown. Do they not? We all need to make a living in this capitalist society. So we are all, in effect, selling out to different degrees. No one's a pure not sellout. You know what I mean? Um, but like Eminem too, you know? I'm still a bit surprised. He has gotten more mature with age. Less angry, I assume. He like hasn't put out anything in a while. So maybe I'm just misremembering, but I don't know what his last album was. Didn't he come out with like Rap God or something? And then he beefed with Machine Gun Kelly. So he was kind of angry there. Oh, and then he put out that video trashing Donald Trump where he like freestyled in a parking garage with like 50 black dudes all in the background just standing there on their Cadillacs. And he was like, that's an awful hot coffee pot. I remember that. That's how he started out. And then he would like touch his face and lick his lips and do real pensive face. And he would like, it was less freestyle and more slam poetry, if you know what I mean. Like, I kept waiting for those black dudes in the background to start snapping their fingers like this every time because he would say like 2 or 3 things in some weird rhythm, and then he would stop and think, It was so slam poetry. It was, and you know, double entendre on the slam, because he slammed Donald Trump. Slammed him hard. Not that, and if I remember correctly, didn't like Trump respond to that just by being like, he's a giant loser. Yeah, Eminem was always a loser, always was. Still a loser. Who's that? No one likes him. And you're like, a lot of people like him, Donald Trump. You can't say nobody likes him. That's just false. But, you know, telling falsehoods never stopped him, did it? God, I just slammed him. Was that a slam? That's an awful hot coffee pot. What are you talking about, Eminem? I mean, I like it. I don't hate it. But what are you talking about? You know? That's an awful hot coffee pot. Is the pot supposed to be Trump? I don't know. He probably like elaborates in the following lines. But I don't remember those, so they don't exist. And so, Eminem, what are you talking about? You know? Oh, I want so badly to say it again. But, you know? Can't overdo it. But Eminem's on Fortnite now. And isn't that interesting? I guess I should have... Okay, I just found this out before I started recording, so I haven't, like, processed it properly. Oh, by the way, before I get to that. Okay, mental note. Let's put a pin in the Eminem thing. Because I gotta tell you guys something. This is my second take on this particular PodGis, because when I wore those gloves, I went off on a riff about Liege. I was talking about the London Comedy Festival, and I did a bit where somebody was referring, I'm the festival queen. I'm doing all the festivals everywhere. So bow down to your liege. And then I got hung up. I was like, can you call a queen liege? Is liege a gendered term? And so I took off one of the mittens to type in, is liege a gendered term? And I looked it up, and it's not. And you can call a queen a liege. And then I put the mitten back on. And then I wanted to click back on my programs that I have running for this recording, and my glove clicked close on one of them, and then I was like, no. And I tried to click, no, don't close. But I clicked yes instead because it wiggled and clicked. So I had to start again because I deleted 10 minutes of PodGis by accident. What a foolish woman. Lesson learned. You guys will never know the stuff that I talked about the first time. I mean, I'm doing all of it again. But really, now you're all caught up because I did the liege thing. That's the only difference. And everything else has been the same, including that time I lost my PS5. I lost my PS5 and a week's worth of groceries. And all my lingerie, all of it, I lost I lost my party dress. I lost my backup party dress. And I could just, something compels me to just list my proportions and sizes. All right, that bit's done. That's stupid. Eminem is on Fortnite now, and I was trying to process it. I didn't give myself a lot of time before I hit record and started doing this. So let's process it now. Is Eminem a sellout? Probably, yes. But Fortnite belongs to... This is the thing. Am I wrong in assuming that Fortnite is for children? Because while on the one hand, I do know that a lot of kids play it. I do know that it's super, super popular with children. But me and my friends played during the pandemic a lot. During a lot of lockdowns, we were playing Fortnite with each other. That's how I bonded with a bunch of new people through that Fortnite group. And I know that there are adults who play. Okay, now that the gloves are off, I can find out. Is Fortnite popular for adults? But there's something so cheesy about Eminem being in it. On top of 62.7% being 18 to 24 years old. Wow. 22. Well, that makes sense. How old is the game? So these people grew up with it, but they never got tired of it. 22.5% are 25 to 43. A quarter are older than 25. Men are 72.4%, and 27.6 are women. Wow. The first question people also ask, is it okay to play Fortnite as an adult? And the answer is they give the ESRB rating. These people were asking more as a self-assurance kind of thing. That's am I lame for playing Fortnite as an adult? Is it okay to play Fortnite as an adult? Should I feel ashamed? And then instead of answering the question, the common answer is the ESRB rating. It rates it T for teen, which means ages 13 and up. So what a way to dodge the question. Be I don't know, you figure it out. Stop being so insecure. The box art says rated 13 and up. It's rated T for teen, moron. Now go to bed, because you have work in the morning. Because you're a grown-ass man. Oh, did you yell at someone on your online video game because you lost? Did a giant chicken kill you, and you're really angry because you wanted to show off your new Eminem skin? There's something weird to me about a grown man. There's this collision of childishness and adulthood that's and nostalgia, I guess, where you're you're a 45-year-old guy. No, fuck it. Let's say my generation. You're in your 30s, you're a millennial, and you like Fortnite, and then Eminem shows up as a skin on the game, and you're I want to play as Eminem. That's kind of weird. You're an adult, I guess, do people fantasize about being Eminem? Yeah, I want to run around and kill people as Eminem. That's just weird to me. I'm trying to articulate, not just articulate. I'm trying to find what makes it weird and silly and funny to me. Maybe that, to begin with, Fortnite people are buying, Spider-Man skins and being hey, sweet, I get to be Spider-Man. But that is real fantasy. You know what I mean? Where Spider-Man doesn't exist in real life. But people are I want to be Eminem, but you don't get to rap. You know what I mean? You are Eminem in such a foreign context. Like, you realize when you buy the Eminem skin, you don't become a rap god. You just pick up a fucking AK and start shooting giant chickens and Spider-Man and Batman and fucking every single IP in existence. Fortnite is a monster. It's fucking huge. What has, at this point, I think it's done. I think Eminem was the last skin that they hadn't used. Eminem is the last thing that has yet to appear on Fortnite. I think they did it. I think everything is in there now. Like, what IPs haven't been done by Fortnite, you know? All of Marvel and, you know, I guess the more, like Dora the Explorer. Can you play as Dora the Explorer in Fortnite? That would be sick. See? I would get a Dora the Explorer. I would get a Dora the Explorer skin. 100%. I would download Fortnite and play and be Dora. Just to be Dora? Hell yeah. Dora the Explorer. Fortnite. Is she really in Fortnite? Or is that a mod? Did people put a mod? Okay, yeah, it's just mods. Of course. Of course. Dora the people who own it would never be like... yeah, they would never be like, yeah, we want our title character running around with a grenade launcher. We want Dora to explore a little bit of murder and mayhem. But she's got a backpack, so she's already, like, set up to be a Fortnite character, you know? That's a pretty easy transition for old Dora. Backpack, backpack. That's the song. Backpack, backpack. I'm a little stressed, so I'm going to squeeze this stress ball. Anyways. Like, I'm not exactly making fun, but I also think that there's something roast-worthy about being a grown man or woman and being like, sick, I get to be Eminem in Fortnite. You know? I don't know, there's just something about that just kind of sits weird with me. Yeah, Eminem versus Goku. I've always wanted to see Eminem shoot guns at fucking Goku from Dragon Ball Z. I don't get it. I'll tell you guys this. Coming in a little hot. Because I just sent a self-tape. Oh, I forgot to tell my agent that I submitted. Whoops. I just submitted a self-tape for a commercial. I seem to be getting a lot of auditions for commercials. My TV resume, I'll admit, isn't particularly extensive. I mean, it kind of is, but everything that I've been on TV for, I have played myself in like a whatever reality or documentary format, or did stand-up. That's like all my TV appearances are me, as me, not acting per se. And so my acting resume leaves a bit to be desired, but that doesn't mean I'm shit. I think I'm pretty good. I've taken a couple courses. I used to do Second City and improv and shit like that. I know my way around a scene. I know how to relax and be natural. And I know how to be silly and to take it there. I just haven't got my break yet. I mean, I'm not amazing. I'm not saying that I could act my way out of a paper bag, as they say. I don't even know what that means. So maybe the first step to being a good actor is knowing what that means and how you would strategically and technically act your way out of a paper bag. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't think I'm terrible. I don't think so. And yet I don't really book anything. But this is the other thing, is that this is my insecurity. Is I get sent for commercials in which the casting call is for all genders, or occasionally they'll be like, "Ooh, a gender diverse. We are encouraging the L's, the G's, the B's, and the T's, especially the T's, because we wouldn't know just upon sight. Otherwise, they're like, we want the T's. Send us your T's. Hey agents, you got a T? Send he, him, they, them, she, her, Zer. Send them all our way." And yet, you so rarely see a visible trans person on television, in commercials, and whatever. And because, so I submit to all this shit in good faith, but in my head I'm always so insecure, because I'm like, I'm so clockably trans that especially after the Bud Light Dylan Mulvaney fiasco, that unforgettable episode in humanity, I'm like, how eager is any brand to like put a trans person on their shit? You know what I mean? So for like fucking Buffalo Wild Wing, nobody's gonna cast or Buffalo Wild Wings. Somebody told me that it was wings, and I've been saying it wrong this whole time. For a fucking commercial for I don't care, whatever, Buffalo Wild Wings, they're not gonna put me eating a wing with my boys, because they know that fucking 33% of the population is gonna shit their knickers and write fucking death threats to goddamn Buffalo Wild Wing, because they're like, my wings have gone fucking woke. I ain't watching no football at Buffalo Wild Wing no more, because the gays have taken over. Buffalo Wild Wing is gay. How come all my favorite shit turns gay? Buffalo Woke Wing, more like. God damn it, it's Buffalo Woke Wings. It's that goddamn Buffalo Woke Wings commercial again with that man with the long hair eating wings with his boys. So my point is, every time I do an audition tape, I send it in and I'm like, well, not gonna get this either. Not until I pass. Not until I'm stealth. But also, I think that ship has sailed too, because my history is abundant. It's I don't hide who I am or who I used to be. Anyways, this is all actor insecurity shit, though. You know what I mean? I know I said actors were annoying in the very last episode. Look at me now. How annoying am I now that I've assumed that acting identity? I went from complaining about them last episode to being the very thing that I complained about. But I didn't list my credits. I wasn't listing my credits there. Yeah. I feel like I talked about this before, like last year, but there was one commercial it was a voiceover that I got sent to do for something related to trans things. They were asking for a trans man and a trans woman for this voiceover commercial. And like, that's the thing. A lot of these casting calls are like performatively like, we accept all types, so bring it on. But then by saying like, we want a trans woman and a trans man in this voiceover, which is very different, it's radio, nobody sees the person, because now you're sort of narrowing down based on the casting agent's definition of what a trans woman should sound like or would sound like, or upon hearing, would sound like on the radio, you know? It's like you have to do, they're at that point, if they're casting a trans woman on a radio thing, they are looking for someone who's done substantial voice training, but hasn't quite gotten over that uncanny gender valley to be like, you know, people listening to it and be like, why is this bitch talking about trans women? They want to be like, oh, there's just enough bass in there. So, you know, when I auditioned for it last year, I most certainly didn't get it because I wasn't even practicing feminizing my voice. And now I am. And it's, I hope I'm making improvements. I don't know. I think I probably am. Let's be fair. But, you know, it still cracks and flies up all over the place, and my pitches, and my resonance and my laryngeal control, it could all be better, but I'm working on it. Breathiness. I gotta breathe into it, you know? It's you can't force it. You have to breathe. But I'm a yeller. That's what I do. I yell. I'll take it down. For the rest of this podcast, let's practice. I will be speaking in a breathy tone for the rest, and I'm going to breathe through it. I'm going to be sexy ASMR breathy girl. Hello, everyone, and welcome to PodGis. It's me, your host, Alval, breathy girl. Cold Girl, Breathy Girl. Hi, welcome to the Cold Girl, Breathy Girl podcast. I'm your host, Alval. Thank you for joining me. Eminem is a Fortnite character. Did you know that Eminem is a Fortnite character? I know I complain about this a lot, but I gotta make sure that the levels are good, though, that you're not like cranking up your volume just to make sure that you can hear me. But, I'm not going to lie. And if you suspect that I'm talking about you here, then maybe I am. And I know I complain about this every once in a while. I do. But the amount of people that I meet at shows or who reach out to me at random online, the amount of quote-unquote relationships I have with people who just send me memes. I know it's only gonna get worse, but it already feels like I've hit maximum. I've hit critical. What's the word I'm looking for? I've hit critical mass on the people just sending me memes thing, and most of you don't know what I like. You know. And it's nice, but please don't send me 15 a day. I know I'm on social media a lot, but I also live my life, and I don't think I have time for all 15 of your memes, especially when you don't realize you are not the only one sending me 15 memes a day. So, I think I need to take this Christmas break to sit with myself and contemplate what it is I'm doing that is inviting people to inundate my inbox with memes. You know? I want your love and your fandom and your support. I want all of these things. But frankly, if the price I have to pay for that is, I guess it's fine. If a full inbox, I'm like that kind of organizational person where if I see a full inbox, it stresses me out. I gotta take this stress ball. Just the thought of it. Just the thought of it makes me want to squeeze this stress ball right here. But like, I can't just ignore messages. I'm not that person. It stresses me out ignoring messages. Unless people are punk-ass bitches and they're being fucking hateful, that's easy. But this is different. If someone is reaching out in goodwill and they want to connect, I want so badly to be everything to everyone. This is a real Alval, people pleaser, everything to everyone problem. And I gotta cool it, because it seems to be leading me directly to a one-way relationship with so many people that just involves memes. Without context, too. They'll just send me a fucking million things. There's some people halfway across the world, I know you want to connect once again, but like, you and I come from very different places, and some people send memes that I'm like, bro, I don't speak your language. I don't know what is going on in this thing. You just sent me a Sri Lankan conversation. What makes you think I would understand any of this? You know what I mean? So I'm just saying, let's just, how about this? Continue, please, by all means. If it brings you joy, don't let me stand in the way of that. By all means. But number one, please don't start to expect my friendship as a result. Please. Let's be realistic. And two, let's just curb it. Let's like cap it at 3 a day. 3. I might even watch if it's 3 a day. 3 sounds reasonable. Can we compromise on that? God, I complain about this too much. I should stop. This I just realized. So I bought a new phone, much overdue. Very proud of myself. I saved up for it. And I bought it used. Lightly used. Still very brand new. iPhone 14. Very excited about the camera, because my old one had a little crack in it. So every time I zoomed in a certain amount, it like, the crack showed up. So, I got a new phone with new camera. Lieutenant Dan. New phone. And, so, I'm very excited about this new phone. Where was I going with this? Oh, so since it was used, I guess whatever factory reset they did on this either didn't take. There are 2 possibilities here. And so maybe I'll assess the reasons why after I've explained. So, I had to like re-sign in to all my apps on this phone. I had to, once I traded over everything from the old phone onto this, I still had to like sign back in on everything. Instagram and Facebook and TikTok and blah, blah, blah. And YouTube. But before I had done that, I opened YouTube, not realizing that I hadn't signed in, and it was just the suggestions were all Andrew Tate and Jordan Peterson and Ben Shapiro and like, clickbaity titles that are like a woman's place. You know what I mean? Like, this is where women really belong. And it's like, whoa. Okay, so number one, if these are the remnants of the former owner of this phone, then who the fuck did I just buy this phone from? And how angry were they that they were selling to the kind of person that probably comes from a very different set of beliefs? You know what I mean? So if they were remnants of the last person, then holy shit, I probably bought my phone off a chauvinist, misogynist, let's be honest, a right-wing piece of shit if you're an Andrew Tate fan. You support fucking human trafficking. That guy is not healthy. That guy has very few well-adjusted, healthy opinions about stuff. And I know Musa would be right here arguing with me about that. Did I buy my phone off Musa? Nobody tell him I said that. He's a good kid. I worry about him a little bit, but he's a good kid. Fuck. So either that's a possibility, that somehow the suggestions are from my former phone owner who like would use YouTube without signing in, and so he taught it like this offline algorithm. You know what I mean? I'm trying to theorize here without completely understanding. And if somebody's a computer whiz and knows how this stuff works, then please message me and let me know. And please explain to me. Oh, I forgot I was supposed to do Breathy. Okay, so if you know computers and you're good at this kind of stuff, then please message me and correct me on this. But if it's not reason number one, by the way, then the other possibility would be that like YouTube itself, a fresh, clean slate YouTube with no algorithm to speak of. It's like approaching a new user, complete infant, baby fresh user, and is like, hey, welcome to YouTube. Have you heard of Andrew Tate? You know? Hey, welcome to YouTube. We think you'll love Jordan Peterson. Welcome to YouTube. Do you know where a woman's place in the world is? I'll give you a hint. It's in the family unit. I'll give you a hint. Make me a sandwich. You know? So I wonder. And like, I'm not triggered by any stretch of the imagination. But I will say I was a bit shocked when I opened YouTube and, you know, Andrew Tate is the first suggestion. I'm like, did I miss something, or did I forget that I went down a rabbit hole or something like that? What videos have I been watching lately? Because I'll be honest, sometimes the algorithm really wants to, the YouTube algo really wants me to watch Blair White. And I caved a while ago and maybe watched one or two for a bit before I had to get out of there. And I've complained about her before, and I still stand by the fact that I think, you know, first of all, she's a hardcore pick-me-ass bitch. But secondly, her clapbacks are just calling people ugly. So it's like, if you lack the wit to really roast somebody effectively, if the best you can do is, ha, you look like a man you don't pass, then, I mean, what kind of a mouthpiece for society do you think you are? Who are you legitimizing with your opinion when the best you can do is, your hair sucks, girl, you know? Anyways, so the point I was making was that it's shocking, surprising, not shocking, pretty surprising to like open my YouTube and see Andrew Tate there, and I'm like, I don't want to fucking watch this guy, this fucking dork. I'm a man trying so hard. Some of you fucking Andrew Tate fans, you need so badly to tell people what a man you are. Your crusade is to convince people that you're a man so hard. Shouldn't that just be kind of easy if you're doing it right? Anyways, I am so oversimplifying the whole thing. But fuck, there are young boys out there who are Andrew Tate fans, and it's like worrisome. Sneako, I don't know the first thing about him, besides the fact that he's like one of those types. You know what I mean when I say that. But God, there was a video. I'm gonna use the gay F slur in this one, so trigger warning, here it comes. But there was a video Sneako posted, and if you don't know who that is, good for you. Keep it that way. But I'll fill you in real quick. He's a streamer or a YouTuber, something like that. One of those fucking idiot personalities. I say this wanting so badly to be that type where I can just talk. What the fuck am I doing here? You know what I mean? Like, I am a bit envious of people who can just sit and talk and maintain people's enraptured attention. Did I use that word correctly? Gonna have to look it up. Yeah. Oh, I nailed it. Nailed it. Okay, give intense pleasure or joy to. That's what enrapture is. So I fucking nailed it. I'm so smart. Blair White ain't got shit on me. Ugly ass bitch. Fix your eyebrows. Anyways, what was I just saying? Where was I just now? Oh, Sneako. So, like, while on the one hand I'm jealous of the adulation that these people receive just by sitting in front of a computer and speaking their minds, that's exactly what I'm trying to do with this podcast. But, anyways, there was a video that he posted to Twitter or something like that, or that got shared somehow. I guess it was a selfie from the kid that was recording this, but like, no older than 12 years old, 11 or 12 years old, little kid, runs up to Sneako at a baseball game and is like, Sneako, I'm such a big fan. Hey, what's up? Sneako's like, hey, little man. And the kid's like, can I like take a quick video with you? And he's like, yeah. And he's like, and they're taking pictures and there's like 4 of them. There's like 4 or 5 little boys all like taking selfies. And, you know, one of them starts going like, kill all faggots or something like that, or kill the gays, or like gay people suck. And this kid, like with a big shit-eating grin on his face, just started spewing casual fucking psychopathic murderous hatred. And Sneako's like, whoa, what is going on? And he's like chuckling to himself and being like, okay, bye kids. The kids walk away, and we're the fucking groomers. Yet again, case closed. Another case of the gays being the groomers again. Here we go again. Fucking gay people gotta stop their grooming, let me tell you. Anyways, it was just tragic and horrifying to see something like that, and to have Sneako be like, what the hell? It's like, don't act so surprised, man. The fuck are you I hope you feel in your fucking gut, in your heart, like a little bit of responsibility. Because no kid's running up to you saying that shit unprompted or uninfluenced. He's 11 goddamn years old. Anyways. What's going on? Shut the fuck up. You know? I will say this about YouTube. That does, but you know, once I hear it once, I can't unhear it for the rest of the video. And it's upsetting because there are some YouTube channels that I love. There's a sports one that I love so much. And it's, and there are some that are like mini docs, like hour-long mini docs on like internet culture or whatever. And there's some really good ones. Wisecrack is so good. And these aren't the people that I'm talking about here, because I love Wisecrack. They are great. The personalities there are awesome. Their videos are so smart, so intelligent, and so cool. So yeah, Wisecrack, check them out. Very smart social commentary stuff. And philosophy. Shit, Rick and Mort. What am I about? God, I got so distracted there. See, YouTube is just, it's meant to fucking, oh, see, this is the power that YouTube's home screen has. 1 million fucking algorithm suggestions. Oh, God. Is that a Ben Shapiro video? See, why are you recommending me Ben Shapiro? Unless this had better be. See, if I click on it and it's a satire, then good. That's what I'm looking for. But if it's not, then shit, I've just told the algorithm that I like Ben Shapiro, for fuck's sake. Oh, I forgot about that other thing. Okay, I'll get to that. Fuck! What was the point I was gonna make here? God, I've been thwarted by the YouTube algorithm. I've been thwarted by YouTube's homepage. What was I literally just about to say? Fuck me. Oh, man. Sneako. Kids, murderous kids. And I can't stop and go back. I'll do it. No, I can't do that. Because I don't know how to edit together YouTube videos and put this fucking thing together. Oh, this is what I'm talking about. Okay. Fuck yeah, we're back on track. She's got it. Okay. So, I've given you recommendations for channels. The one sports one that I love is they do rewind, sports rewind. Secret Base, it's called. It's a sports channel that does like a thing called a rewinder, where it like it relives a historic moment in sports, and they set the stakes. They do the historical stakes that built up to this like huge thing that happened, and they bring you, and then they talk about it, and they make it so big, and then you get to see the moment at the very end. They do foreshadowing. It's really cool. Secret Base is the channel, and they do all kinds of like mini sports documentaries, anywhere from 10 minutes to 20. Oh man, so cool. So I love it. But some of their readers read in the same timbre and rhythm. Some of their readers read in the same pattern over and over again. They start a sentence and they say it like this, and then they always end like this. And the rhythms may change and may be different based on the reader, but the rhythm and the melody of their sentence structure is always the same. And every sentence that they say always goes like this. And they'll start a new sentence and it'll end like this. And they'll give you all kinds of information, and then at the end of the sentence it'll end like this. And if you're like me, once you and that's just like an example I made up in my head. Some readers can't help but read like this. And then they start the new sentence and then they end like this. All I'm saying is I can't even think of a way to my speech pattern, like I change it up all the time. But people who read a script read every sentence in the same melody, and I can't unhear that. Once I've heard them do it like 3 times in a row off the top, I go, oh no. Because if it's something that I really want to know about, if it's a topic that I'm so interested in, and I've been hooked by the title, and I see that it's 25 more minutes of this guy reading the same way over and over again. And I gotta sit here for 25 minutes for him to keep doing this. And I really want to stay and watch the whole video, but he's gonna keep talking like this. And I'm so frustrated, and I get so annoyed, and he's gonna keep doing it and drive me crazy. So, and I've never heard anybody talk about this. So it makes me feel like I'm taking crazy pills, that I'm the only one who feels this way. You know what I mean? Like, please, someone out there, please tell me that you notice these things too. That somebody's pattern of speech is the same and they don't switch it up, and it drives me fucking crazy. And I want so bad to offer feedback. I just want to bring it to their attention gently enough that they are aware and they improve, because I think it's a very valid criticism. And I want to be gentle about it and say, hey, listen, the way you read your script is very redundant, and it's just hard. It's frustrating as a listener. So just if you could listen back, I wonder if they listen back to themselves and not notice this. And I wonder if anyone else fucking notices this, because I feel like I never see the comments. I never see anybody comment on it. I wish I could say something in the comments and have it not misconstrued as some kind of like shitty, I'm trolling. Because I'm not. I want to be helpful, because it's driving me up a fucking wall listening to your video and you talk like this and you talk like this. And I want to post a comment that's like, hey, I mean this in the most positive way. I mean this to be helpful. But please listen back to yourself and notice the rhythm. Notice the rhythm and the melody of your speech. The way your inflections, I guess, is the word. Your inflections from sentence to sentence are identical, and it's a little bit grating. So I'm just trying to be helpful. I'm trying to help you be better, because I think you can be a more compelling reader if you switch it up. Thanks. That's all I wanted to say. I love your videos. I do. Just please work on that, because it's driving me fucking crazy. Should I say it? Should I comment it? Because I gotta find a way to articulate it in a helpful way. But also, part of me believes, hey, Alval, Ava, get the fuck over it. You know what I mean? If I love the videos and I love the content. Oh, but that's what drives me crazy. I love the content, but like, it drives me up a fucking wall. It really does drive me insane when people speak the same way over and over and over again. Oh, for 25 minutes? It's distracting is what it is. That's why it's so frustrating. It's distracting because I can't not think about, it's like it's Chinese water droplet torture is what it is. It's like not significant. It's not painful until the end. It just gets increasingly like a headache, you know? So, and I hope I didn't just, I forgot to be breathy. So I hope I didn't just ruin YouTube videos that you love, YouTube channels that you love by doing this, because now you're going to be like, now you won't be able to unhear it. Next YouTube video of somebody that you love, that you listen to, and they just keep reading in the same pattern, and you're going to remember me, and you'll be like, well, fuck. Ava now just ruined YouTube, all of YouTube for me. But I need someone else out there to relate to this feeling that I have. It drives me fucking crazy. It drives me nuts. And I can't be the only person out there who notices these things, you know? Can't be. Oh, man. Okay. I've exhausted that point. Fucking send Sneako and Blair White my fucking videos, my beefs with them. Do it. Their follower count squashes mine like a fucking bug. And I'll be the first to admit that. I don't give a shit. But I like to think that my wit would squash theirs 1,000 fucking times over. And what bothers me is that, some people would disagree, but those are the same people who would yell, "Yes, queen," and slay as soon as someone just says a cunty thing about what someone else is wearing. You know what I mean? Too many people are mind blown by, like, somebody saying that someone else is ugly, As long as you do it with enough queer sass, as long as you're like, girl, you need to get braces. Like, that's not witty. That's just rude with sass. And people are like, yeah, slay. She fucking ate. She ate. Oh, cooking. Someone's cooking. She ate. And it's like, I what about my part where I ran intellectual circles around them, and I used a thesaurus level of I spoke my piece eloquently. I was incisive. I was subversive, and all she did was go, "Girl, you ugly," and everyone went, "Oh," you know. It's not fair. To the average intelligence of the populace is unfair, and I don't claim to be any sort of genius. In the standard deviation of in the hillock, in the standard deviation graph of intelligence, I would say I exist just to the right of the mean, just to the right, not too far or high up, but still in that middle chunk, you know, just past the crest. I don't know a lot of stuff, but I got a pretty good processing bean up here. It doesn't remember anything either, so that docks me points, of course. But I got a wit, and wit involves thinking of stuff. This is me pleading my intellectual case for why I exist to the right of the mean, the median of a standard deviation graph. I'm witty, and in order to be witty, you need to think of stuff and use your brain. So, how about that, sailor? Breathy guess. How about that, sailor? Ooh, you like my off-the-shoulder shirt that I have on? Oh, you brought me mittens. Thank you. I'm cold, girl. Practicing. Practice? We're talking about practice? Practice. We're talking about practice. I'm practicing my feminization. Practice. We're talking about practice. Practice? Some people have a wit level of Allen Iverson. Some people are as witty as Allen Iverson, who will, instead of elaborating on a point or explaining what makes something so ridiculous or offensive, they will just repeat the same thing over and over again. It's just through sheer attrition, just blunt force, repeating like, you ugly, you ugly, you ugly, you ugly, talking over them. Yeah, but I object because you ugly, you ugly, you ugly. Practice? We're talking about practice? Practice. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Allen Iverson, famous basketball player from way back, from the aughts, has a famous press interview where he gets called out for like skipping practice during the playoffs, and it's famous. If you look up Allen Iverson practice, I don't know how long the clip is. It's not long statistically, but the amount of time he spends just saying practice? We talking about practice. Practice? He says it probably like 21 times. And it is fascinating. It's great. Allen Iverson going, practice? We're talking about practice? Practice. We're talking about practice. Practice. Practice? You're like, yes, but please elaborate without using the word practice. Let's use more words than practice. You can keep saying practice, just add a few more words in there. We talk about practice? Okay, that's better. That's better. Anyways, I shouldn't be mean. Ball is life. Ball is life to some people. And this is me speaking from a place of privilege, and I understand that. So I will be nicer to Allen Iverson, because I think I watched his documentary way back, and like, yeah, he grew up foul. He had a tough life. And when I say he grew up foul, I don't mean that he raised chickens. I mean that it was a tough upbringing for him, and ball was life. And so good for him, that ball was life. But now he's retired and ball was life. Ball is life to Allen Iverson, but then he retired and now ball was life. And that's how time works. Ball was life. What is my ball is life? Stand up. I mean, that's a pretty easy answer. Stand up is life. But I gotta shorten it so it's cool. Mike is life. No, that sounds like I'm talking about a guy named Mike. I'm talking about microphone. Jokes is life. Jokes is life. Jokes is life. Joke is life. Because they don't say balls is life. It's not plural. Boy, that significantly changes the phrase. If you say balls is life, now you're talking about something else. And, good for you if balls are your life. Wow. Balls is life. The most underappreciated part of the male body. And certain females. Yeah, jokes is life. Joke is life. Joke is life for Alval. I don't know what to call this episode. I was gonna, as soon as I said, Eminem is on, I think there was an idea where it was Eminem is on Fortnite now. And I said something else halfway in there that sounded like a real good title. And now I want to call it Joke is Life. So, whatever title you see, that is what I decided 10 minutes from now. Isn't that crazy? I just find moments like these so fascinating where I'm recording this now and you're going to see this later, but I'm also alluding to something in my future, which will be all of our past when it comes out. So it's like, you're a part of the anticipation. You're witnessing the anticipation that I feel right now, being like, shit, what am I going to name this podcast, And here you are, sharing in this experience with me, hypothetically, in my present tense brain. I'm imagining you here with me right now, very present, being like, well, what are we going to call this podcast? I'm talking to you, you're here. But that's not the way it is. And then you're going to see the title and be like, that was a conclusion. That's where she came to. But then you're going to enter into a time capsule and you're going to listen to this podcast and you are going to go back in time, in effect, to be with me through this podcast. You are in a time capsule right now. Isn't that so cool about things that aren't live? You're in a little tiny, teeny, tiny time capsule and you're watching the past. And you're being in the past. Isn't that cool? So, time to get breathy again. So, let's all just be grateful for the fact that everything that we enjoy that isn't a moment in time unfolding before our very eyes at that moment, everything is a little time capsule. Because even though you're enjoying that podcast right now, right here, right now, as these words are leaving my lips, you are still a part of something that already happened. Boy, I'm not stoned, first of all. I need you to know that. These are not the ramblings of someone who is high off her ass. No, I'm perfectly lucid, perfectly sober. This is a cup of water. Don't let the straw fool you. I know it's weird to drink water from a cup at home through a straw, but girl, I'm addicted. Once you buy straws for home and drink out of a straw at home, you never go back. I don't know what it is. Feels classier. Feels like I'm in, it just feels hipper. I'm in a hip joint drinking out of a straw. Anyways, I'm not high. I'm not drunk. I am perfectly sober and lucid. And I just if I have explained myself appropriately, then I think, yeah, who knows? If you're high and you think that was really interesting, then good. If you're sober and think that was interesting, then I'm actually onto something. Not to not to discredit the high people out there. I'm sure you guys are functioning just fine. The cops are on their way though, so don't freak out. But everyone knows you're high. Wherever you're listening to this, if you're in public, everyone knows you're high right now. But stay calm. It's okay. Everyone knows you're high, but stay calm. Don't freak out. Also, the cops are on their way. Don't freak out. You're high. Everyone knows you're baked, but don't freak out. That's so funny to me. Anyways, whatever the title is, I guess you'll find out. I am starving. I'm starving. It is 10:45 at night. I haven't had anything to eat since 2 o'clock. So I'm going to call it here at hour 15-ish. And if you listened past a minute 30, then I'm grateful for your ass. So thanks. And this was attempt number 2. Like I told you before, I fucked it up. And, you know, it is what it is. These things happen. And I've forgiven my past self. This is me at present forgiving my past self for the blunder of deleting the makings of a banger of an episode. It was going to be a banger. And hopefully I did that episode justice. This is like the Mr. Rogers neighborhood part of the show where I put the mittens on at the end. Hopefully I can remember to do this every episode. To put on a new pair of mittens. One of the 15 I will surely accumulate over time. I'm going to keep complaining about losing mittens so that I have this never-ending supply. So this is the Mr. Rogers part of the episode at the very end where I say my goodbyes. And the same way he like put on his shoes at the end, I'm putting on my end of episode gloves, my end of episode mittens to say thank you for listening. I had my Spotify Wrapped tell me that more and more people are watching. A larger percentage of you are in America, and that's really cool. So hello to my Yankee friends. Sorry I make fun of your country so much, but it's a bit broken. And so I'm going to kind of keep making fun of it. I hope you don't mind. I really do want to move there eventually, if that's okay. So I'm going to make fun of it, but also I want to be there. And that is exactly what you Americans brag about. You're like, they hate us because they ain't us. And yeah, maybe in my case a little bit, but I do think that things are nicer here in Canada, besides the winter. But I have these mittens now, so checkmate. Anyways, no, I take all that back. I come back here, American friends. I'm totally kidding. I love your asses. Howdy and adios. But yep, this is it. Thank you for listening. I appreciate you all. My American fans, you're the largest proportion. That's so cool. Thank you for coming thank you for coming up north to my little slice of pie and enjoying a nice Canadian maple syrup pie. Thank you I hope my voice is getting better. I am trying and I'm breathing and I'm doing sexy breath and I'm doing sexy guess. So thank you for listening. Thank you for watching Spotify Wrapped. Onward and upward. Tell a friend. Fuck it. Yes. I should always say at the end, tell somebody about me. Okay? Because I'm a very good comedian. I've done all the festivals. You can tell your friends she's done so many festivals that they are inventing new festivals for her to do. So don't miss out. And you can say, hey, I'm like Bloody Mary. You know, if you say her name 5 times in the mirror or whatever, 3 times, then she's going to appear. If you create a comedy festival out of nowhere, you could just basically walk onto a stage and be like, hello and welcome to the Albuquerque Comedy Festival. Poof, I will appear backstage in the green room or in the parking lot if you don't have one. Because, you know, God knows I've experienced many a sad excuse for a quote-unquote green room. I'm doing air quotes under these mittens. Anyways, if you build it, I will come. And by that I mean a comedy festival. Thank you for listening. I love you all. Have a good week. See you next time. Bye. See, now I have to click end with this mitten. I can do it.